Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and there's 2 different levels that you can, subscribe to, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows. So if you are far away and you couldn't make our last live show, it will be on the website. We're going to record this future live show. It's going to be on Patreon, but also bonus episodes each month. You guys tell us all the time you want more episodes. This is a way for you to get more episodes. So you're going to get our basic Tuesday, Thursdays that we always put out, right? But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
I can't wait to talk about in detail some more stories because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
They just unsubscribed. This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. So if that is breaking some of your hearts, just go ahead and subscribe now. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/Bloody Happy Hour.
Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
Oh, this is Caroline.
And this is Bloody Happy Hour. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night.
Throw some whiskey in your cup.
Anything works because we don't judge.
We are drinking on some high noon tequila seltzers again for this Quickie episode, but this is our last time because I just realized they're $25 for 8 of them.
Getting robbed.
I don't even know that math.
I don't either,
but I don't like it.
It's got to be a lot of math.
So update, Apple River killings. It was edited out last time. So Apple River killings, Nikolai Miu. We talked about this. That was the guy that approached the teenagers as they're floating down the river.
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about it a couple months ago. He was in trial. He was actually sentenced on 6 counts. Remember, he had stabbed the young guy and stabbed a bunch of them, like 5 of them, but 1 of them died, lost his life, and then injured 4 others. So he had 6 counts, and he got 20 years for all 6 counts. He got first-degree reckless homicide, 5 years for each of the 3 counts of first-degree reckless endangering of safety, 6 years on the 4th count of the same, 270 days in jail for 1 count of battery, and 6 years total of extended supervision. And then he got credit for 732 days in jail. So it's 20 years total. I guess he had been in jail for 732 days.
So they
credited that back. So parents are not satisfied. They do not think justice was served. They felt like at the trial, it was all about Nikolai and that their son who was killed, just his name was barely spoken, and they just didn't seem very happy. I didn't get to watch much of the trial, but they're just still not very happy. And I have to go back and watch. I have to look at more details.
Most of it. I'm pretty sure he got on the stand. I don't know.
The media gave it all to. The media is going to go towards the news, and the news was about Nikolai and less about like the victims, and that's just really just how it is.
Though it's always like that.
It's sad. We end up doing that a whole lot too. We focus on how crazy freaking Vampire of Dusseldorf is.
Yeah.
And we forget about Maria in the Meadow.
I did not forget about Maria in the Meadow, and I never will. And I know that she was just hanging out on that cross. Well, she actually wasn't hanging out on the cross.
She was just in the meadow.
She was in the
overweight. So another update is Brendan Deppa. You sent me this.
Oh, yes.
So this was the Florida teen in high school that with autism that beat his teacher bloody for taking away his Nintendo Switch. And she flipped his Switch.
She literally flipped his Switch.
And she was like almost disabled. Like she had to get disability for a while because he beat her so bad. He is 6'6", 270. That is a right or left tackle.
That's a big kid.
It's a right tackle.
It's a big kid.
It's the blind side. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, followed by 15 years on probation. His mom, which was his adopted or foster mom, is blaming the system for failing him and said that he is not a thug and that he never had parents who cared and that the system failed him and that he was placed in public school and that his IEP, his individualized education plan, was not followed. And that is why he flipped out and beat up the teacher. So it's the school's fault, not Brendan's. Send him home.
Put him back in school.
Put him back in school. Give him his Nintendo Switch.
And the mom said that was like the big trigger was taking away his Switch. Like that was his trigger. But
it is a trigger for people.
Why are you bringing it to school though, sir? I mean, Mom, maybe you should have stepped up. Maybe you're the one to blame because you got the Switch and let him bring it to school.
Yeah. She's using language that I hear in schools all the time. Like if you say it's a failure.
Are they black? And
she's white. The boy is black.
The boy's black. Because I knew he was darker, but I didn't know if he was.
He was black. The whoever adopted was white. The teacher was white. But
I guess it could be like a low income type of a. Is that where you hear this from?
No, or just special ed.
Oh,
IEP. Somebody who has an IEP means you're in special ed.
Okay.
And before you have to follow this plan, depending on your disability, right? Sometimes kids have behavior plans, so you have to follow this behavior plan before they get any type of penalty. Maybe his behavior plan said, don't get in his personal space. I don't know. Maybe his IEP said he's allowed to have his Nintendo Switch after he finished his work. I don't know, but there are things in place like that, right? Yeah. But I'm saying she is saying that because that can work in the school district. Because if there's a failure to implement your IEP, the kid will not get sent to alternative.
Wouldn't you think they would have already had that figured out by now?
Yeah, but when it comes to shit like this, like the real law comes into play. So you hurt somebody, it don't really matter. That's why sometimes I hate stuff like that, because we give them breaks a lot of times when the real world is not going to. And this is a prime example of...
Because then what are they supposed to do when they get out of high school?
When you go to Walmart and do the same thing, you think Walmart is
going to be like, oh, well, he is supposed to have his Switch because that was what was in his paperwork after he did his good thing, good boy.
You think the police? Yeah. So that is, I think, where we fail.
Good point.
So there's that update, and I don't know how to think about it at all yet. This one's local.
Oh, I have been seeing some local stuff come through.
So on August 3rd, the Coast Guard got a call from about a 28-foot vessel carrying 8 people on board that this vessel had capsized off the coast around 7 p.m. near Homer, Alaska. There was an earlier call that their boat had been taking on a bunch of water. So Coast Guard came about 15 minutes later with a rescue boat, and they rescued 4 people. Those 4 people's identity have not been revealed yet, but the other 4 have yet to be found. That is David and Mary Maynard of Troy, Texas, so right down the road from us, and their 2 sons, Colton and Brantley, who are 7 and 11 years old. They have not been found. Multiple agencies and crews, including a Jayhawk helicopter, Coast Guard, state troopers, and then a bunch of just good Samaritans took their vessels out, and they were all helping in search efforts.
Where did they go? You said
Alaska.
On their own boat?
On a vessel.
On a vessel.
It's a 28-foot, and like our boat is 20 or 21. So I feel like it's not that big. To be in Alaska.
Okay.
And don't you need a special boat to be in cold water?
What were they trying to do?
They were on a vacation.
Were they trying to be a cruise to Alaska from Galveston?
They were on a vacation in Alaska. One of their sons was getting married in Alaska, and they were going. It's a vacation spot.
They probably just maybe like puddled. They just
took a trip.
Took a little boat to get to whatever certain spot where the wedding was or something, maybe.
Yes. And that's the thing, is there's not a lot of details out. Were they on with people that they know? Did they rent this
who's
boat?
Driving the boat?
Well, we don't know these other 4 people. So that's how I was going to end the story, is there are so many questions that have not been answered. We know that they were there for a wedding, one of their oldest son's wedding, okay? And then we know that David Maynard is a very adventurous person, and the news was like showing a bunch of his Facebook posts, and he likes to hike and go on these great adventures and vacations and take his family. So this might have been his idea. He wanted to go on a boat in Alaska, which I've always heard that you have to go on an Alaskan cruise and you have to go and hike the trails in Alaska. Okay. I don't want to.
I don't
But
either.
I've heard it is the most beautiful thing you can do.
That's great. I'll look at the pictures. Probably won't look at the pictures because I barely look at any pictures. But
it was on
I don't
his
know
bucket
what
list.
happened. Was it did they get attacked by some kind of big Alaskan
whale? Why was
whale?
the boat taking on water? Did you forget to put the plug in? Was it over maximum capacity?
Is the boat gone?
They cannot find the boat.
They can't find the boat.
They cannot find the family.
So the boat done sank.
It's gone.
And they went down with the boat.
So when they found the other 4, they were in the water. And so they bought a rescue boat and they put the other 4 in the rescue boat and they're safe. Yeah, they're questioning them, but we don't know. The regular public don't know.
But they didn't say to the public. They haven't released to the public.
Yes.
Well, release that shit.
Look, so
I need that to be released.
The search lasted 24 hours and was suspended on Sunday pending the development of new information. New information has not hit the public. So, and a GoFundMe has been set up. So I am wondering,
I'm not going to do any GoFundMe until you tell me what happened.
Does the boat have a living quarters? And so would that make them stop?
It's not a yacht.
Yeah, but some of them have like the little deck, like the little decks down there. So
could not have been.
Did they tell them, well, I think the family was in the bottom and is that why they would stop looking?
28-foot boat. That is like literally the boat that we took from Mexico to Cancun or whatever.
Let me see.
Or like if it's like a boat like that. It's like a catamaran looking boat.
Mm-hmm.
Which there is an underneath part.
Yeah.
On some of them, maybe if it's a luxury one, I don't know. But typically it's just like a little small bathroom and where you drive the boat and then. But it doesn't make sense why 4 of them survived and the other ones like.
I know. So many questions need to be answered.
I wonder how long those people were sitting out there in that ocean.
15 minutes.
That's it. 15 minutes is it. And they disappeared and they couldn't even be like, they probably already know, but.
From the time the call came in to the time the Coast Guard got out there was 15 minutes.
That's pretty good.
So they got to rescue those 4 people. But the other 4 people were nowhere to be found. So did you kill them to save yourself?
I know. I don't know. Why would they need to kill them? If it's only 15 minutes.
Did they not know how to swim?
Are they white?
Did they go down with the boat? Sometimes when the boat goes down and you're caught with
it'll
you
suck you down.
Sink you down, yeah. And I did read that one of the kids was special needs.
I mean, you would maybe did they not all have life jackets? Enough life jackets for everybody?
Would you have put it on? Did you put on your life jacket when you're on your catamaran? No, you want your boobies out.
No, yeah. I had 4 flotation devices on either side of me.
You. All right, so there's that one. I'm going to watch it because I have no idea what's going on.
That is wild.
There is another, put on your headphones. I'm going to play this video. There is another LDE cop gone viral in Virginia.
Right, left. What is LDE?
Little dick energy.
You all in my window, I swear to God, I'll shoot you.
Look, I'm getting all this on tape.
Get out of the car.
Look, he pulling a gun. This for
Jack, get that on video. Get out of the car. She took off on me. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Go yourself. Get out of the car.
Look, Father God, you dispel this evil in Jesus' name.
Get out of the car.
She didn't rebuke it. She dispelled it.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
This is ridiculous.
Go yourself. You don't know. Get out of the car.
Okay, so she was driving and her tags were out. So he attempted to pull her over.
A citizen's arrest. Oh, this is a police officer?
This is a police officer, but he was in a car that did not look like a police car. And look what he's wearing.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I didn't think it was a...
So that's what she was saying. So she did not feel safe pulling over.
Why is she in the grass?
That's her daddy's house.
Shit, in the grass? Her daddy live in the grass, you troll?
No, that's her dad's front yard. She pulls to her parents' house and she calls her parents and she says, I'm getting pulled over, but I don't know if this is a real cop. Just record this.
He looks like
I don't
a
know
rent-a-cop.
what's going on.
Yes.
So she was scared to get out. She wanted somebody to video it.
Yeah.
All right, let me play.
Get out of the car.
Now he's beaten the window and broke it.
Get out of the car.
Beth, get out of the car, please.
Get out of the car.
No, you insulted me. I know my rights.
What?
You insulted me.
What? Oh.
You're standing for
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, everybody thought she's going to get out black. She's white.
Help me! Help me! Help me! This man is... Help me! Help me! Help me!
Give me your other hand.
No!
Give me your other
Stop
hand.
it! Mom, get my phone.
So he's on top
this
of
man
her.
is hurting me. He's assaulting me. He wouldn't
Got
show
his
me
knee
his
in her
badge.
back.
He would not show me his badge. He
Mary,
pointed
I
a
got
gun
her
at me.
Did not show the badge.
No.
She asked for it.
Help! Help! I'm being assaulted!
Why are her parents not
Help
out there?
me!
They're
Help
just watching it.
me! Get off of me!
What? Her
Get
parents?
off of
Is this
me!
a practical joke?
Get off of me!
Don't grab me. You
Get
understand?
off of me! Get off of me!
Parents
now!
are
A
literally.
Monongah woman was pulled over for having an expired registration sticker on her license plate. Within minutes, 49-year-old Beth DeLoma was threatened with a gun and tackled to the ground by Chief of Police Nathan Lanham.
She was stopped at the intersection of Shaver and Lambert Street by Officer Lanham, who she claims didn't look like an officer when she was pulled over. She asked to see his badge, and according to her, that's when Lanham began to berate her and threaten her before pulling his gun and pointing it at her head and crotch. Scared in the moment, she drove about 30 yards to her mother's house where the video was filmed. Her neighbor, local Reverend Bill Preston, heard her calling for help as she drove through the field.
I heard screaming, Bill, Bill, help me, he's got a gun. Well, I didn't know who she was talking about, so I went a little bit closer to talk to her further.
Oh.
And about that time, this car
douche.
pulled down the driveway toward me and hit.
Sir.
Sir, you literally are a mall security guard. Like, does he even have a cop car, or does he have one of those like lights that you just put on the top? Because you know who else had that? Alec Murdaugh.
He got fired, obviously, got dismissed from the department, but this is all erased, but so did the chief of the police department. She got taken to jail. So he arrested her, took her to
For
jail.
Driving without a registered whatever.
And
or
resisting. And evading.
Oh my, that'll all get dropped.
They are all
They'll all
dropped
get
now.
dropped.
It went viral. The police chief tried to do something to kind of like dismiss, like throw it under the rug. So they ended up firing him too. Like it's a mess. It's a mess. But what is the point of all that? What is the point of all that?
I do not know. I think you're in a position of power, allegedly.
And you get pissed when it doesn't happen, like when you don't get the respect you think you deserve. I think
I feel like these police officers don't get like training to like, well, some of them do, but others just like freak out. Like I get if they're being like actually aggressive and threatening you with like you feel like your life is threatened, but clearly this lady was like, bro, I don't feel like you are a real cop, and there's plenty of serial killers out there. People are gonna pull people over and they're gonna actually kill you as a killer, not a cop.
Yes.
And you look like you went and got that from the Goodwill, what you were wearing as your cop uniform.
Spencer's or Army Navy surplus.
Yeah.
That's probably who killed Missy Beavers.
That's exactly who killed her. We
Yes.
just solved the problem. We just solved the crime.
It was him. Anyways, gone viral. I saw that. I just thought it was ridiculous. It is training, but it's also ego.
Yes.
They get beat up, they get made fun of, they're bullied growing up, so they become a cop for some power, and they still don't get it, so they shoot their gun or beat up on somebody just to exert power because they never, ever had it. Not every cop. There are amazing cops out there.
Yeah.
2 of my cousins are amazing cops, but there's a lot of psychology behind these cops, people that comes cops. Okay. Let's talk about a dirt leg teacher.
Oh, I love a good dirt leg.
Listen, teachers, alert.
Teachers, quit kicking your students.
Hey, just because it's summertime, it's still illegal to screw your students.
It's still your student. You are still an educator. You are still employed.
Yes. Okay, but even in Australia.
But did they graduate and were they out of school?
No, they're 17.
Oh, no. Okay. Well,
Sydney
it could be
teacher
legal there.
Taylor Brayley
Taylor.
accused of having sex with teen in her car. So
They always do it in the car.
married Sydney teacher Taylor stands accused of having sex with 17-year-old boy and sending him graphic footage of herself.
What a dumbass.
So she's been charged with sexual intercourse with a child under her care after having sex with her in the back of her car. She was arrested at her high school on Tuesday and charged with sexual intercourse. And when she was arrested, she says, I'm going to jail, Lena. I'm going to jail, Lena. My family, I'm going to lose my family. I'm going to lose my husband. So, let me see. She began becoming hysterical. And she says, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my husband. She had only been married for a year. It said police alleged that she had sent videos to the 17-year-old of herself masturbating.
Oh, like as one would.
And that after they had sex, she went and bought the morning after pill after she had sex with him. I mean, you obviously can't get pregnant by a 17-year-old. The alleged affair with the student started when the boy added Bradley on Snapchat, and the pair began exchanging messages early July. Snapchat, never, ever.
Yep.
The accused allegedly sent a number of photographs and videos of herself naked, masturbating, the police say, and then he returned videos of himself doing the same. And then she invited the teen to her home where she kissed him before taking him upstairs to the room and masturbating him. Around a week later.
Where was her husband? At
work. It's summertime. He had to work. He obviously wasn't a teacher. Around a week later, Bailey was on duty at the school when she contacted him and told him that she was free for a whole hour. And they met off-site and had sex in the back of her car. And that is when she went to go get the morning after pill. Then they stopped talking because she was like, this was a mistake. But she texted him and was like, have you told anybody? Have you told anybody? And he ended up telling on her. And then that is how she got arrested. Kids are always going to talk.
He told a friend or he turned her in?
I can't. Let me see.
Because you can't not brag about it if you're fucking the teacher. I think. If you're a dude, they talk about that.
Yeah, I feel like the boys are going to tell their boys.
Yes.
Girls will tell their girls, and the girls are going to tell on them.
Yeah.
But I feel like the bros will keep it together unless one of the mamas finds out. So I think one of the mamas found out, and then it just went everywhere. So she was actually arrested, but she was granted bail, and she has to report to police 3 times a week. She had to surrender her passport, and she has to abstain from social media.
And she's working at the district over now, or what?
Now she is, working.
She's working next door at the elementary this time. Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah.
Way to go, girl.
Yeah. There's my quickies. That's all I got.
I love it.
All right. We'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.